Random Janell reporting for her live. Let's see if she beats me on this time. Brooke. Oh, yeah, Janet, knock your computer all over the floor. That's a good one, huh? Let's see. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting charged. Better than it was. So, sitting here fighting the sleepies. So I figure if I do something that engages my mind that I have to stay awake for, like a live stream, that it's worth doing a live stream. So phone's charging. So I won't be able to do it right away because it's hasn't charged very much. Usually that phone charger is pretty quick though, so it don't take very long. But I got the other necrometer when I got my check on the 27th. And Chris just went off to the store to get some more milk, and I would say pop, but we're good for pop right now, so we don't need pop. But they ran out of cherry vanilla, so he had to get me, I think it was like regular Coke or something, and that's not too terrible bad. I just wish I had some, cherry flavoring and vanilla flavoring myself, and then I could just make my own cherry vanilla, and just do it, per glass. Like each time I open a can, pour it in my glass, just do a little bit of each of the flavors, the vanilla and the cherry, mix it up, and it'll still be cherry vanilla to me. But otherwise, as far as the necrometer, I would play it. Hey, Vicky. Oh, that's all right. I ended up having to make it 3 again because it kept cutting out and kept stopping and kept freezing and whatever it seems to like to do. Come on.
Bring who upstairs.
Who, what, huh?
Bring your cat upstairs.
Oh, you're getting it done.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me go get the cat. It's looking good. Look out, princess. Come on, Bella. Come on. Thanks, Daryl. Come on, Bella. Come on, get in here. Bella, come on. Bella, come on.
I guess you don't want to come in yet.
Come on, be a good boy. Bella, come on.
You don't want
Bella.
They don't want to come in yet.
Get your butt in here.
He came in? Okay.
Yes, but you need to watch it.
Who are you talking to?
Vicky popped on.
How you like it?
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
did the tree.
Uh-huh.
Bonnie.
She's doing one of her diamond paintings. She's doing it's a tree. It's only a section, but the scene is winter. And it's one tree, but it's split into 4 sections. Each section is a season. So you have a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter, and she's doing the winter one. And so after it's done, then she'll do one of the others and so on. I'm doing a pretty panther that's got like purple and blue and stuff like that in it.
Where's Chris?
He went to the store to get some milk.
Okay.
And get the rent, which by the time he gets back and everything, I'll be lucky to have $50 some left. And then next time I go over to Mom's, because I told her I was going over there today to get her the 20 because I owed her 10 from a previous laundry, and now I owe her 10 more because I did some yesterday, some laundry. So I'm going to take 40 out, leave 10 in, but at least this way the rent's gotten, so that's out of the way.
Today ain't the dirt, is it?
No.
Okay.
And I asked Chris about that. I said, Maria seems to think she's going to get her check today. And he said, no, she won't, because the 3rd is actually going to be Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
You know, the glare from the light,
It's got some things
and everything.
It's got this on it.
Yeah. But it's pretty, you know, like snowy mountains and stuff.
Oh.
And I'll try to show my leopard here in a little bit.
Let me see your leopard. You got it done?
No, it's over there. I haven't done anything on it since I got home. Because remember, it's harder for me to work on it here because the cats are constantly wanting in my lap. So I haven't done any more on it. Because, Kalika, unless I pull the table like literally right up to me, and even then she still insists on getting my lap. So she just makes it hard. I can't do it. It's hard for me to do it at home. So, a lot of times I'll just take it over to Mom's and I'll do it over there, because over there her cat don't bother me. Her cat doesn't even hardly come near me. So,
that means we have to have, I don't know how many bedrooms we're going to have, but we have to take one of the bedrooms, turn it into
a creative, hobby and craft room.
Yeah.
And be able to do stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
That way the cats won't bother us. And, because you'll have to be able to shut the door. Excuse me. Oh, golly.
That's
crap. So when my phone gets charged, I'll keep checking it once it's charged. Then I'll do the other necrometer, the one that's even better than the first one that I played. And I'm thankful to the channel that I found out about the necrometer on. But, because they ask you on that particular channel, they leave a link in the description of one of their videos, and they prefer, if you're willing, to use that link and buy it through them because it helps the channel and they get some of the money and all this. So it gives them money to travel. Okay, well, that's all well and fine and good. And I appreciate, but I almost never watch their videos for one. No, none of them are joining my channel and supporting me. So why should I support them? That's just the way I see it. Because why should I put money in their pockets so they can do all the traveling, when I myself want to be out there traveling and paranormal investigating and I can't. But they've got the more money they get the expensive toys, they get the expensive paranormal investigative shit, they get to go all the cool places and get, investigate. So why should I support them? I mean, for those out there that have the money that can support them, I'm like, yay, go for it, But I just went ahead and bought it, without going through that channel because I just don't see any reason to support them when I'm really getting nothing out of it. I mean, free entertainment, they're one paranormal investigative team out of hundreds, out of a bunch. So, and they've got so many followers, like they've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands. I have 17. So I'm probably never going to get nowhere near that number. And so I can get monetary donations myself so that I could maybe build up some of my equipment better, get a better car, or something to where I could maybe go out and actually do some paranormal investigating too, get a team together, and stuff. And I've already got some friends that said they would do it with me and, be able to get out there and be one of them that's out there doing it. So, I appreciate them telling me about it and finding out about it. But, I don't feel like it's my job or responsibility, and I don't feel I should do it out of obligation, putting money in their pocket when they really don't need it because they've got tons of money already because they have shit tons of followers. I don't, so if they would be the two people that were paid because they're friends, a lot of the paranormal investigators, you'd be surprised how many of them know each other. Like I saw Omar and Colin investigate together one time and I was like, yep, that's what I thought. They all know each other. So, it was Omar and they call him James the Fam. Big, tall guy. He's blind. Bless him. And I love the guys. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great guys. And, yeah, it's cool. Some of the places I've seen them investigate. But to me, it's unfair for them to expect me to keep putting money in their pockets so they can travel and go do all this cool stuff, and I can't be a part of it. Now, if both of them would come and join my channel, even just both of them, then I would have been like, okay, fair is fair. Then I would have been willing to buy it through them, I told Brooke that I was on, but I don't know if she'll get the message or not. So I don't know if she'll be able to pop on. I try to do it. I try to do the lives if I'm going to do them early in the day. The necrometer, the other one, the one that was $10.
Oh,
they want you to buy it through their channel. And so they give you a link at the bottom of their video. And if you click on that link, you go buy it, they get money towards you buying the necrometer because you went through their channel. So they're putting more money in their pocket. You're putting more money in their pocket.
Okay.
And, I feel like I should get something out of it because this is all I've been able to do. I mean, the most exciting that I've ever been able to do is doing the lives during holidays, doing the lives on a special occasion. 1 year for Halloween, me and Maria was down in the basement of our building. And, we got some interesting, hits or what sounded like hits for us, but it may have just been the building settling. It may not have actually been spirits. Sometimes it's hard to determine. So, but the third of the three that I did for the Christmas lives was talking about Carl and how petty he was getting upset with us on this end because nobody would give him a phone call and be willing to sit and talk to him for 3 hours or more, because he chose not to be there. He chose. Not us. We never said we didn't want him there. He could have come to it. He didn't want to. So, but yet he expected one of us to call him and include him in it, which I would have gladly done, but he would have complained about too many people talking, in which case nobody would have heard him. And then he would just get pissed off and he'd probably hang up. So what's the point? And yet he's getting mad at us because he chose not to be there for Christmas. That makes no sense. So I'm like, you know what, Carl, whatever. I forgive you. I love you. I didn't tell him that, but I've lit a couple candles in his name. I asked the angels to surround him with my love and forgiveness, but that doesn't mean that I'm suddenly going to just start going up and seeing him again, that I'm going to start talking to him again, because all he does is hurt me, and I've done a lot for him. I've defended him against others when nobody else would. I have had his back when nobody else did. Me and Maria and Christy have gone up there and helped him a couple of times, moving his shit into his trailer because he wanted to get it out of his camper because he's so fucking paranoid somebody's going to go over there and break into the damn thing.
I don't think he's done, is he?
I don't think so. I think he's still got those last remnants of stuff over there in the camper.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's never gotten over there and gotten it. And he don't really need us for that because it's something he could do by himself.
It's not heavy.
No.
Okay.
So he should, whatever's left over there, he should get it. He should be able to do it himself. He just won't.
Well, that's him.
And then he even actually had the nerve to say, and think that I was going to take his gifts back to the store, and stuff because he didn't show up. No, I'm not you, Carl. I don't do that.
Why would he say that? Because he does that shit?
I don't know. Why would he do what he did and try to ruin Christmas?
That's true.
So that's just right up there along with that stuff. Really.
He waited for a little bit just to do that.
Yeah. I mean, because he talked to Mom.
Yeah, I know.
And everything. I can move this if you want to see that. He talked to Mom, but, Mom, I mean, you should understand that, when you're doing a live stream, you've got to give the live stream some attention. You can't just turn it on and ignore that person. And I mean, Vicky pops on when she can, and Brooke stays on usually as long as she can and everything, and I would have had no problem calling Carl and putting him on speaker so he could talk to everybody, but I know what he would have done. He would have complained about everybody talking over him, because he expects everybody, even though he won't admit this, he expects everybody to shut the hell up and just let him talk. Like no one else is allowed to talk. And nobody else is allowed can get a word in edgewise because Carl won't shut up.
Wow.
So the third one, that's mostly what it's about. And that's why it wasn't very long. I don't think it was like maybe a little over 40 minutes or so. And I was getting, as far as the Christmas trio, I was just doing a final, because I realized that the second time I had to restart the live on Christmas, I didn't even know how long it had been sitting there and had stopped before I noticed it. And I was like, oh, man. So when I did the last one, I didn't know if Brooke was still going to be able to come on or not, and she didn't. So she may have been asleep by then, because it was after like, heck, what time was it? I think by the time we finally got home and everything, and I did the live, it was so late here, then that it must have been after 1 or 2 in the morning there. So most likely she was asleep. And I'm not going to, expect her to stay up, just to listen to an additional 40-minute one that I did, which was just basically me complaining about Carl being an ass, because this is the shit he does. And, but at least on the positive, me and Mom got things sorted, and I was able to, explain to her the hurt and upset that I had about the whole, me coming over once a week thing, and why I felt the way I did. And, she said, we'll see after the first of the year. I don't know why she insists on waiting till the first of the year, but whatever, so at least she's considering it, I guess. And I said, Mom, I was thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I said, and she asked me, where did I come up with the idea? I said, well, me and Carl talked about it on the phone once. And I said, I'm pretty sure that there was a time in the past when me and Mom talked about something similar. And I don't remember, how much she thought about giving me, or said she would, decide how much she wanted to give me. I'm only asking, $20 a week. And I don't expect it $20 every time I walk in the door, and I'm going to fulfill my duties, whatever she asked me to do when I walk in. So I explained it all to her again. She seemed to understand it this time. She seemed to understand where I was coming from. We got the, things sorted. So I was just glad, that, at least for that. But, for Carl to pull this, it's just too much exactly like what Dad had a bad habit of doing when Dad was alive. And this is why Mom said he's acting just like Dad. And then Carl considers that if he heard Mom say that, he's like, she's basically saying I'm the old man, or she's comparing me to him. Well, maybe she is, Carl, but there is truth to it. Why do you do this petty shit? Why do you insist on ruining Christmas just because somebody didn't give you a phone call? You called Mom, you talked to Mom. Is that not a phone call? Yeah, you're the one that called her, not vice versa. But, because we were all just sitting around talking like we normally would do. And a lot of the live stream, when you watch it, we're on our phones. You're doing something on your phone. Alicia's doing something on her phone. Chris is doing something on his phone. I'm doing something on mine. So we weren't even actually interacting really, but if Carl would have been in the mix and I would have been like talking to him on the phone, and, he would have tried to have a conversation with somebody. If they would have been busy doing whatever they're doing on their phone and they wouldn't have answered him, he would have got pissed off about that. He'd be like, well, I'm being ignored, so I'm just going to go. And it's like, Carl, what do you expect? Okay, you're the one that chose not to be here today. Why are you doing this? You say that you hate Dad, that you don't like what he did and how he treated us and everything, but yet you're acting just like him. So what gives here? We're not going to let our Christmas be ruined because you're being an ass.
I don't know. Maybe he does act like Dad. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He does when he's doing stuff like that, because there's no reason for it. There's none. There is none. And then for him to turn around and say, well, if Janet didn't take my stuff back to the store, like I would do that. No, I'm not like that. I don't do that. All I did.
That's the other way around. He would do it.
Yeah, that would be my thought. He'd do it. He'd go and he'd try to get the money back. And if he got the stuff from a thrift store, well, he might get the money back. But usually how they handle that, they don't give you money back. They give you a piece of paper and they give you credit in the store so that you can get something else. But you're not going to actually get cash. So anyway, because of that, I've washed my hands of him because this is like all too common that Carl does this. Now, Thanksgiving, yeah, I'm guessing it probably is. Thanksgiving was fine. He said he had a wonderful time. Everything was great, blah, blah, blah. So why would he turn around and do this on Christmas?
So it is cold out. Okay.
Aha, you got me my favorite popcorners. They're the white cheddar ones. I like them a lot.
I'm going to have to get the money ordered. I'll go over about 7.
Why? Was it too busy? Too many people in line? Yeah, that tends to happen. I don't blame you for not wanting to stand in a long-ass line either, because I'm right there with you. I wouldn't want to. That's why if I see that the line's too long, I won't stand in it. Be like, nope. You just have to wait for another day. Where are you going?
He didn't go out.
Yes, he did.
He's probably going downstairs.
For what?
Probably going to the car. You never know.
Oh, yeah, he might be doing bringing the laundry up. I just hope he remembers what I told him about the garbage bag.
Yep.
Because if he doesn't pick that thing up from the middle and carry it up, it's going to rip more. Because I told him, I said, the garbage bag's the one that's got his stuff in it. And if he picks it up by the handles and tries to carry it, it's going to rip and his clothes are going to go all over the place. And I don't want to hear him bitching or screaming and yelling in the hall.
I'll be back.
See you? Okay.
I'll be back later.
All right. And he might, I hope he's not looking for Bella because Bella's already inside.
He's picking everything up.
Yeah, okay. So, I told Mom that I would go over there today, and in about 10 minutes here, I'm going to call my dude, Robert, and have him get me a fat 20, as fat as his dude will make it for me. Because I asked him last night, I finally got his phone number, and I gave him mine, and I said, what's a good time to call you? Because I don't want to, wake you up or anything. And he said noon should be okay. I said, okay. So I'll wait until noon and then call him, get that set up. So, that way if his dude's coming over anyway to bring him some or something, he can bring mine as well. Because I was going to get a fat 50, but couldn't because didn't have the money. It's ran out of money. But one of them things, my birthday's coming up in a week or so I wanted to have something and try to have something, for my birthday. And Jim's he's gonna get my sticker for me this year for my car for the license plate. And I don't know when Brooks will end up seeing the text I sent her. If she pops on it, great. If not, that's okay. She can always, see it later. Tell your mom Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah, I will. And, Jim actually asked me last night when I was over there if we were coming over for New Year's. I said, I don't know. I said, usually me and Chris, we just sit at home and, watch the events going on the TV. And then pick one, when it's getting close to the ball drop, we'll pick one and we'll just stay on that channel like around 11:30 or a few minutes before or whatever. Boo, baby. This was our cat, Boo. I only say that because I didn't know if you remembered his name or not. This is the one we were worried about and thought we almost lost. But he seems to be his self again, and he seems to be okay. So I'm glad. Because, we definitely didn't want to lose him.
Him was constipated.
Yeah, he was constipated. So Daddy got him sorted. Go get Daddy. Or Daddy gonna get you. There you go.
And when Daddy wants a table. He loves the table more
Yeah.
than Daddy.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. He's himself. But, it just goes to show it happens to them too. So, Daddy gave him, it's just Vicky. My friend Vicky's on right now. I don't know if it's going to make it on or not.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was a hairball got farther into his digestive tract than normal, and
yep, very
that kind of blocked him up.
Yeah, because he's a long hair, so that makes sense,
Yeah, he pretty much gives us a hairball about every other day.
Yeah, so because he got long fur. And kitties, and they like to clean themselves, constantly. And he's an old man too. That's another thing, is we don't know how old he is, because we got him fully grown, and he's kind of a rescue, so we have no idea of knowing how old he is. Yeah. Yep. So I'm just glad that we got him sorted now. But see how thin his neck is and everything. And he doesn't have as much weight as I would like for him to have. But I don't want him to be overweight either.
It can happen with pure breeds, the ones that are like him, the American Curl.
Yeah.
They have digestive issues.
Yeah, they may need a certain diet.
He probably won't ever gain weight because of the digestive issues, regardless of what we fed him.
You're going to get up on the back of the couch now. And here comes my brat cat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. I'm not stopping you. Kalika, are you coming up or not? Silly cat. Kalika, my proverbial lap cat. The one out of all four of our cats seems to like to be on Mommy's lap the most. Yeah. And he's it's taking some adjustment too, because before we got him, there was a mother and daughter that lived in the building, and either you're going to come up or you're not, Kalika. I'm not going to keep begging you to come up. He was kept in a room, in the bedroom, the only bedroom in the place. And at first we thought that it was the daughter that was keeping him in there, and that was wrong in itself. And then we found out that it was actually the mother keeping him in there to protect him from the daughter, because she was abusive to him. And so he got, a lot of times he got shut in that room, or he was like shut in that room all the time, and he didn't get a lot of attention. And even though he was in a decent sized room, his litter box was in there, his food and water was in there, he was always crying. The poor little thing, he was always crying because he was always in that damn room. And finally one day I went over there I picked him up. I took him out of the room. I was holding him in my arms and I started crying. I said, you guys are destroying this animal. I said, you are literally killing this animal. I said, don't put him back in that room. I said, this is abuse. This is outright abuse. And I said, if somebody turned you in, this cat would be taken from you altogether. Will you lay down? Quit being a brat. And so now that we have him, after I said that to him, though, they finally let him out of the room. But it's a shame that that's what it took, is I had to put it in their face like that and borderline threaten them that, you're lucky that nobody in this building has turned you in already, because everybody's tired of hearing this cat crying all the time because you're keeping it in this room, and that is abuse. You're killing this animal. And they let him out, and then they stopped keeping him in that room all the time. That helped, but he still wasn't getting the attention that he wanted, the attention that he needed. But now that he's with us, he's still getting used to and adjusting to the fact that whenever he wants attention, all he has to do is come up and get start loving on us or rubbing on us or whatever, meow at us, and we'll give him attention. Kalika, come on, will you stop already? Like, turn around, lay down on my lap or something.
Also, now the only time he meows as loud as he was down there with the other people is when Daddy's making hot dogs. He wants his hot dog.
Yep. Yep. He loves hot dogs.
Vocal about it.
Yes. He loves his hot dogs. So Daddy will give him a little bit and try not to give him too much, because if you give him too much, he ends up throwing it back up. So again, digestive issues. So have to be very, very careful about how much, he gives him and stuff. But, he's a lot happier here. He knows that he's not going to be shut in a room again. He's even gotten to the point that he can actually come into our bedroom sometimes. And he knows he's not going to be shut in there. Because, it does the same to an animal as it would to a human child. It's telling them one thing and one thing only, that they're bad, that they've done something wrong, that they don't understand what they've done wrong or whatever, why they're being kept in that room, and it destroys them, because it's abusive. So I'm glad I got that sorted, and I'm glad that we ended up being blessed with him, and now he's got a good home. He's not stuck in there anymore. He's not stuck in a room, and he's not with somebody that, Faith, she tried to love him, I believe, and did love him to the best of her ability, and took care of him, and stuff. But
when they brought him up here, she was crying.
Yeah.
So
she was crying.
But she's happy he's got a good home now too.
Yeah, she's so it really hurt her to let him go, but at least she knew that by giving him to us, that he would never be harmed again, that he would never be shut in a room, that he had a good, loving home with a good, loving family. And the only drawback is Kalika and Carmela. They tend to pick on him too much. And I just wish they would stop, because there's no reason for them to do it, but they keep doing it anyway. So like a lot of times Boo will just be, minding his own business and whatever. And one of the girls will just start smacking at him or chase him or trap him in the litter box, or, they bully him. And I don't like that. We don't like that, because there's no reason for them to do it. They all get equal love and attention. Kalika, as you can see, just doesn't seem to be happy unless she's constantly on my lap. But she also needs to realize that she's not the only cat in this house. Therefore, she is not the only cat that deserves mommy's constant love and attention. And I'm supposed to just ignore the others or, throw them all out. So she's the only cat here. That's not going to happen. And so that is like probably one of the biggest issues that I have to deal with her is, and I constantly talk to her about it and try to explain to her, you can't expect to get all the attention all the time. Yeah. And so anytime any kind of bullying is going on, it's it's a hurtful situation because you don't know what to do to stop it, or you can try like various different methods and ways to stop it, and then nothing just seems to work. So then you feel like you're being a bad parent, and it's not that at all. It's just for whatever reason that animal just doesn't have the right disposition, or you run out of options as far as what you can do. Like, I just wish they would stop, because this is still bullying and this is not a good thing, and you don't understand why they do it. And I mean, we can't have a dog because the cats wouldn't tolerate it. They would go ape shit. And Bella would kill it. Bella would kill it. He does not like dogs, and
He doesn't like big dogs.
he doesn't like big dogs. A little dog he might tolerate, but then I would worry that a little dog, the other cats would pick on it, and I'm not gonna put another animal through that. 4 cats is far too much as it is. And we look out our window all year long, and we see all these animals out there struggling to survive, that get cast out by people that they just keep getting pregnant and keep having more kittens. And, it's just, it gets overrun. But, what kind of percentage of kittens even live through the harsh winters that we have a lot of times? You wonder, as each year approaches and as each winter approaches, how many of them are you just not going to see anymore because they're going to freeze to death? Or they're going to be killed some other way, or they're going to be the weak one. So, they're going to be out like trying to look for food or something and get run over by a car. And then you got to see the poor little thing, splattered all over the road. That's not a fun situation either. So it's tough, I have done countless pleadings to BAST. Please give me a way to bring harmony into the home and make them just stop. Make them stop bullying him, because they don't just pick on Boo. A lot of times they pick on Bella too. And because Boo and Bella, they're the only boys of the cats. There's Boo, Bella, Kalika, and Carmela. And Carmela and Kalika, the girls, are the bullies. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. So it's difficult to deal with. And, I don't like yelling at them. I don't like getting angry with them. I really don't. But you get so frustrated with them because you don't know what to do. Hello, mystery person, whoever you are. It says there's 2 on here. But a lot of times when somebody comes on, they choose not to show who they are, or their name don't pop up or something. I don't know why. Or they maybe just don't want people to know who they are. I'll have to read what you're saying there later, hun, because I can't move with Miss Bitch on my lap here. Because if I move, then she's going to think that means that she has to get down, and then she'll just turn around and get right back up on my lap again anyway. But, yeah, I can see part of where you're saying they were a family, and that happens. My mom's had dogs and cats, very few of them, but they actually grew up together. So they got along fine, They even ate and drank out of the same food dish and water dish. No problem. They were like best buddies. And that's rare because, a lot of times, cats and dogs don't get along. But, I guess a lot of it depends on the dog, the breed of the dog, and the breed of the cat. And if you raise them together as babies, from babies all the way up, then yeah, they develop a bond together, and I think that's great. Just like, human children, when, a stepchild comes into a family, you marry into a family, and, the guy has kids from another marriage, and stuff, then they have to adjust, just like animals, like when we first, not when we first moved here, but when I first moved here, for the 7 months that I had this place to myself, Midnight was the first cat that I had. And I had her all the way up till me and Chris got together of December 19th of that year, which was 2007. And Sunny came along somewhere along the way. And then we had Midnight and Sunny. Midnight died first, Sunny died last. But during the time while we had Midnight and Sunny, we ended up with Kalika. And then sometime after Kalika, we ended up with Carmela. But then it was down to where it was just Carmela and Kalika, and then along comes Bella. And then Moochie, and then, Boo. And I guess they didn't like it because they liked it best, it seemed to me, when they were the only two cats here, because you know how territorial cats are. They like to be the only ones. And you bring other cats into it, and it just becomes a mess. It takes a long time for them to adjust, and if they choose not to, then the bullying happens. And that's exactly what's going on with these two, Carmela and Kalika, because they don't I just wish they understood that there's no reason and there's no right for them to keep bullying the boys just because they don't like the idea that there's other animals here. We get the house, that'll give them more room to run and to get away from each other, find their own little hidey spots, that they want to go when they want to be left alone. But here's another kicker. We move and get the house, we're going to have 8 cats. We're going to have 4 boys and 4 girls. Oh, what fun. That's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cat litter. That's a lot of cat food. That's going to be a lot of discipline, a lot of maintenance for all 3 of us, me, Chris, and Maria, because Maria's got 4 cats. We have 4. So it's going to take a lot. It's going to take all 3 of us to run the household, to maintain, to keep harmony, and hope that somehow, that they will all learn to get along, and if they can't get along and they need to get away from each other, they can go off to one of their hidey spots and just get away from each other for a while and then come back later when they can calm down or be civil or whatever. But, you can't have stuff like birds. You can't have stuff like, I'm surprised they haven't tried to eat the fish yet, to be honest. But they seem to, for the most part, they've been leaving the fish alone, and I'm thankful. But, don't know what Maria's cats might do. How do I know that one of them might not decide that they're going to get in there and get one of the fish out and eat it? So that's going to be a risk, and we may have to find, a room that we can put it in to where the cats can't get to them, or find a way to put a covering over top of it or something to where they can't get to them, because of the big filter that we have on the back of the tank. That's going to make it damn near impossible to find a lid that's going to fit, unless it's one of the special lids that has the little cutout section that you can fit the filter, no problem. Let me get my glasses here so I can finally read, because Miss Thing finally decided to get off my lap for a minute. And I got to check my phone, and I got to make my phone call, because I don't know what time Robert's dude might be on his way over, and I don't want him to, have to make a special trip because of me. Because I'm only getting a 20. So, like, if I would have been getting a 50 instead, that would have been a whole nother matter. Okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're right. It is hard. Yeah. So that's definitely, something I'm not entirely looking forward to. Because that's going to be a lot to maintain. 94%. That's good enough. It's better than it was. Because, this thing was in the red. Like, majorly in the red. And usually when it's in the red... God dang it. It means it could die at any time. The battery could die. And what do you want, Carmela? Now what is this thing doing? Hello? We know why it went on to that one. Okay. Okay. He's going to be all the way down here. Hope he's up by now. Calling Robert. Hello? Why does it keep doing that? I don't want him. Motherfucker. It's not. Let me try texting him. Oh. Hey. Nothing. I didn't know if I wanted to make sure you were up. and for some reason when I called your number, when I punched in your number, it's bringing up our other friend, James, that used to live here. So somehow you got his old number, I guess. That's weird. Oh, wow. That's funny. That's weird. I might have to just change the name or something, or realize that even though it says James, it's you. That's why yeah, it could be. But well, yeah, that's why I was calling. I didn't know if your dude was coming over any time today, because I was going to tell you to go ahead and, get me a fat 20, as fat as he'll give me. Can or whatever. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then just call me and let me know. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. That's weird. I'm serious. It should be coming up as Robert, and it's coming up as James. And I'm like, so he called me, so I took a chance and I answered, and it's actually him. So I'm like, what the hell? That's just funny to me. Okay, how the hell do you edit this thing then? I might have to edit. See if I can edit. because it kept coming up James. And I'm like, James ain't even in this building anymore. Boy, I'll tell you. See, this is what I mean. You never know what kind of kooky shit's going to happen during a live stream. So let me write down that this is Robert's number. I'll go in and I'll erase the whole James one so that when it comes up, it should come up as Robert, not James. It's like Jiminy Christmas. That's why I kept I was trying to call him, but then I kept hanging up because I thought it was calling James, and I'm like, I'm not wanting to call James. Oh my goodness. I believe it's 7115. Excuse me. I don't. Okay. That is not helping. I believe it's 7115, 7115. Crazy. Don't even know how it happened, but apparently it did some way. So that's the only thing I can think of is I'm going to have to delete. Forgive me, I'm trying to sort this out here. Contacts. So let me go back to the J's here. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to delete James out of there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. Because it literally was the exact same number. Now, how weird is that? You know, I'm like, because our friend James that used to live in the building, he hasn't lived here in a long time. And so it was confusing to me last night when I asked Robert what his number was, and he told me. So, I called it and I said, now when the phone rings, I said, this is me calling, so you'll have my number. He said, okay. So it rang after a few minutes and it brought up James. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is it bringing up James? Well, turns out that James had the exact number at one point. And Robert said his number's always been this way since he moved here and this and that. But somehow they got the exact same number. So hopefully I removed James successfully. Yep, I'm not seeing him in here. So, and now it'll just be Robert like it's supposed to be. Because, I try to, all right, now there he is. Yeah, it was literally, I kid you not, it was literally the same number. And I told Robert that. I said, I'm thinking I'm dialing your number, and it, because I wrote it down and everything, so I know it's his number, but it kept bringing up James. He's like, that's weird. And I'm like, yeah, you're telling me. It's trippy. Okay. See if I can bring up a cool picture here. No, that's not what I wanted, you stupid thing. Let's see. Yeah, we'll give him the Christmas tree. There we go. There we go. Because usually if you don't give it a picture, it just has like an initial or something of the person. So he just said that his dude will call him back in like 10 minutes or something. So his dude calls him, then he'll call me. And because I don't know how far away the guy lives. So I don't want him to make a special trip, like I said, unless he's coming this way already. And, because I feel bad because I'm only getting like a small amount. So it's crazy. And, what can we do, right? So, but, I went ahead and took James's number, took his name out, so it won't keep bringing him up and confusing the crap out of me. Because I was reluctant to answer, but then I decided to go ahead and take a chance, and I'm glad I did because it was Robert. So I was like, okay. So I just wish that they would cut the crap and not Robert or anybody, but the whole government, now that they've legalized stuff, and just, open the dispensaries and let people, start going in and buying it that way. But here's the thing. Once that happens, then, a lot of the other ways that people get it, the sales are going to drop because people will be able to go into a dispensary and get it. So they won't need to go through whoever anymore. So it's going to be a tricky one, but who knows how long it might be before they finally get the stick out of their asses and finally just let people. It's like, they're tweaking it, and they're messing with it, and they're modifying it, and they're just doing all this other stuff that is just frustrating people even more because, it took us this many years to get it legalized, and now they're still messing with it. I mean, come on. Because the government just, everybody's got to have their hand in the cookie jar. Everybody wants their little chunk and want to charge ridiculous prices for stuff so they can get, a big chunk of that money themselves. And it's like, dude, really? That's why that's the major drawback that I don't like about the government. I'm glad they've legalized it, but now look what they're doing. They're still messing with it and making it difficult for people to get. Oh, it's got to do this, and oh, it's got to be like this, and oh, this, and this, and it's just a bunch of, it's freaking ridiculous. Like my incense to Uriel here. Yes, I will get the necrometer started here in a minute because I haven't even started it since I got it. Make the live interesting. See if any spirits come through. But then again, of course, if maybe I should wait until Robert calls because I don't want to start the necrometer and then have to turn around and turn it right back off because Robert tries to call on the other line because I've got 2 lines on my phone. So, but I would have to hang up one of the lines to be able to, answer the one that was ringing in. All right, get. There. I like my incense for Uriel. He's the angel of the day. Hey, Carmela, what you doing? I know you've seen her before too. She got some pretty colors in her, but she don't like it when mommy picks her up. So she's down here at my feet, and I'm trying to pet her. Come here, say hi. Oh, this is Carmela. Hello. She's probably like, damn it, Mom, why did you gotta pick me up? You know I don't like that shit. I love you. So I try not to hold her very long. But I hold her hind feet, as you notice, because they don't like their feet dangling. It scares them. Say hi. Smile pretty camera. She's purring, but then she's like, Mom, let me down. And sometimes, when I hold her like this for a short minute, or actually less than a minute, at least I'm still trying to give her some attention, and she knows that, I think. And Mommy's always kissing on her. So yeah, I think I'll wait until Robert calls, see if dude's on his way, or what time of day. He might decide to head down here. Because I don't know where he lives. Don't want to know. I understand the need for discretion with such things, even though it's legal to a point, but still, it's the government's still messing with stuff. She's my Taurus. Carmela, her birthday, she's a Taurus, and Kalika is a Cancer. So I know a big part of the reason why Kalika insists on being on Mommy's lap so much is because she's Cancer, so she is my polarity. She's supposed to be my equal opposite, with me being Capricorn. So I know that is a big part of the reason why her and I are so closely bonded, and I try to be closely bonded with all my babies. I don't want one of them thinking that they're loved less, than the others, because that's simply not the way I am. She's actually not fighting me much. She let me hold her. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. And sometimes that's enough, But then, of course, gotta wipe all the kitty hair off my face. Because the cats, they shed so much, it's all of our cats do. And that's a nightmare. So a lot of times, when Chris goes through here with the vacuum cleaner and stuff, he'll see patches of cat hair, all bundled up together. And he's like, there's enough hair here to make another cat, because they all shed. So there's concentrated amounts of cat hair everywhere all the time. Yeah. And then see, I just go back to petting her, Try not to pick her up too much. And even Kalika. If I try to pick up Kalika, forget it. She don't like it. Nope, that is not him. Hey, you haven't called me. Where are you? Mom, what are you talking about? I said I was coming over today, but I didn't say what time. So great, now I'm going to have to call my mother. Oh, yay, my pants have shipped. Let me call my mom. Let her know, Mom, I said I was coming over today, but I didn't say when. I put her on speaker because it's easier to hear her. Hey, Mom.
Hey, what?
Sorry, I haven't come over yet. I told you I was coming over today, but I didn't say when. Right now I'm doing a live stream and I'm waiting on a phone call. So, that's why I haven't been over yet. And then Chris just got back from the store and, but I am still coming over. Just, bear with me. Is Jim there or is he out running?
He got doing something. I don't know. He got out and went towards the kitchen.
Oh, really?
Whether he's outside or upstairs where.
Oh.
He's there somewhere.
Oh. Okay, well, did he make you like some breakfast and stuff? And have you had?
Yeah, I had some breakfast.
So at least had that. Okay, good.
Yep.
Because what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some change so that I can give you your 20. So that way I'm not spending the little bit that I have in my wallet. So I still have some.
Yeah.
But I saw that I had missed a call from you, so I thought I'd call and make sure everything was okay. And
So far it is.
And, let you know that I am still coming. Just, bear with me because, like I said, I'm not sure, like, what time or anything. But, me, usually I try to make it sometime in the afternoon if I'm gonna show up.
Yeah.
So, oh, man, I wish my nose would quit itching. Having a nose itch attack, but then I was just holding one of my cats, too. So it may be their cat fur that's making my nose itch. So,
they get curious. They like to know what's going on.
Well, yeah, but I was holding Carmela, and I try not to do that a whole lot because she don't like it. But this time she let me do it because she's in a lovey mood. Because I can always tell because she was purring while I was holding her. So that's one of the few times that she'll tolerate actually, not try to fight to get out of my arms, very quick. But other times she will.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, so just bear with me. I'll try to get my butt over there as soon as I can, okay? But I am still coming today, okay?
All right.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye. And okay, Vicky, that's fine, hon. If you got to go, I understand. Thanks for hanging out for a minute, when you could. As long as you could, I understand. I'm going to listen for a few more minutes while I'm getting dressed. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Love you too. I got to get dressed myself because I'm getting too warm in this robe. So I'm getting to put on some street clothes. I'm still here. I just had to change clothes. Anyway, okay. All right, I didn't miss anybody. Whew. Yeah, I know my hair's sticking up, but I was getting too warm. I had to change into my street clothes. What I call my day clothes. And Jim's lucky. He's barely fit me. I always do that because it makes it dry quicker. So I'm not doing anything retarded. For any public people that might come on there and go, why are you doing that? Are you retarded? No, I'm not. And I'll thank you not to insult me. Especially if you're someone that don't even know me. I was reluctant to give Robert my number, but finally decided to take a chance. Too loud. Yeah, no. Nope. I like that one. No. Crapola.
Let me just be real with you. I am always in Walmart.
Go away. I did that wrong.
And when I go to
Oh,
Walmart,
shut up and go away. Stupid advertisements. I guess that one's not bad. Okay. Set ringtone. There we go. So I accidentally changed my ringtone, but that's okay. There. So when Robert calls me, that ringtone should go off. It saves me from, possibly missing a call. separates okay, I know that person, that's so and so, separates them from, oh, it's just a garbage call, then, so I'm not going to answer. But while I'm waiting, now watch, I'll get this thing activated and then Robert will call back. I'm going to wait 10 more minutes. Because they put it way over here. Okay, speech. Let's see if any spirits come through. Say again. Are there any spirits here? Interesting voice. Are there any spirits that wish to speak? I'm just listening. It's like a computer voice. Let me try text. Are there any spirits who wish to speak?
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Embezzle.
Embezzle. Well, I knew a Ben Hurst. Embezzle? I don't know what that could mean. I've never embezzled anything. Carl, my brother. How's he doing? Hope the dummy head's doing okay. Is this someone that knows Carl, I guess? Can you give me your name? Husband. My husband's sitting in there in the dining room, but I don't have a husband that's passed or anything. Were you somebody's husband? Or is this somebody that knew Carl was, he's been married twice, I think. So were you a husband?
Leave this place.
Leave this place. I'd like to leave this place. We'd like to get our house. But that's still slow and going. But I'm not planning on going anywhere right now.
Stairs.
Stairs, okay. What about the stairs? Well, the magnetic interference is up to 65, so I guess that's pretty decent. What about the stairs? What do you mean in stairs? What stairs? In the building here?
Cuticle.
Cuticle. Cuticle. Okay, that makes no sense. Now, I know someone that's passed that used to bite their nails down to the nub, and that was Ray Lambright. But my cuticles are fine. I mean, I haven't gotten a manicure in a long time and won't get my nails done because they're too expensive. And I've got a nail kit. I could do my own, but they never come out right, so I don't even try anymore. So what about cuticle?
Police.
Police. Okay, there have been a lot of police around here because it's a bad neighborhood. But other than that, I don't know what you could mean by police. Unless this is a policeman that we knew, maybe that passed. I imagine that's possible. Anything else you want to say? I'm trying to understand you, but I'm not following. Garbage call. That's my new ringtone now. I gotta get used to that. Because if it's Robert, it'll say Robert, so I'll know that it's him.
Gene.
Gene. My dad's name was Gene, but it wasn't spelled that way. I don't think it was spelled Gene. Because other than that, I don't know of any Jean that was a girl, unless you're saying that you're, a girl that was named Jean, but I don't remember knowing any girl named Jean. You're missing it, Brooke. I've got the necrometer on, the one that I paid $10 for. Are any of my ancestors here that would like to speak? That, if so, you have to give me a name so I know who I'm talking to. It's holding at 65. Keeps fluctuating between 65 and 64.
Tunnel.
Tonal. It said tunnel, though. Tunnel is spelled, if you mean a tunnel that you can actually walk down, that's spelled Tunnel. But it sounded like it said tunnel, even though this spelling is Tonal. So that could be tonal. I don't understand what you mean by that, by tonal. Or if you're talking about a tunnel that you can actually walk down, walk through. And the only tunnel that comes to mind for me would be Moonville Tunnel, but that's far away, and I don't know when I'll be up there again. So no ancestors.
Knock on it.
Knock on it. Knock on what? If you're wanting me to knock on the tunnel, it's kind of hard to do that when I'm not there. If you're wanting me to knock on something, there, I knocked on some wood near me.
Investigate.
Investigate. Yes, I would love to paranormal investigate.
Untrustingly.
Untrustingly. Yes, I do tend to keep my guard up because if it's a spirit that I don't know, then I don't want to bring any bad energies into here. Niece. Yeah, my niece Chelsea. I think of her right away. She's going through some stuff right now, and I feel bad for her. But she put herself in the position. I only hope that she gets through it. I don't really have anything against her. Just she made her bed. Now she's got to lay in it. That's about the easiest, gentlest way I can put it. She don't talk to me anymore. She won't even call her dad, which is my brother, because he offered to help her, to get some clothes for the baby and stuff. But he's not going to send anything to Chelsea because he doesn't trust that the baby will get it. And he definitely don't want to send money because he doesn't trust that Chelsea would use it for the baby. So the only way he would be willing to help is if she has someone bring her here with the baby to Columbus, or rather to Mount Gilead, and then Carl would take his daughter and his granddaughter. They would go to a store and he would buy her some clothes and stuff. So, I feel bad that bathroom. What about the bathroom? I remember her standing in the tub one time in my bathroom here, and she was smoking a cigarette, and she opened the window, to blow the smoke out, so it wouldn't bother me so much. But other than that, I don't know what you mean by bathroom.
Walk outside.
Walk outside. No, I really have no reason to walk outside right now. It's too cold out. And I would have to put on a coat, and I would have to put on shoe socks. And I just don't feel like walking outside right now. Clever. What's clever? What does this do? Reverb, echo, pitch, human, robot, whisper. Oh, okay. Just wanted to see what that was about. What do you mean clever? Well, at least some stuff's coming through. Um, I know this is a long shot, but do any of my creepy hollow spirits wish to speak to me? Now it's taken a long time sometimes to before anything appears in the window. But it could be a time of day kind of thing too.
Robert.
Robert. Yeah. I have a friend in the building named Robert, and I'm waiting for him to call back. But I also have a friend, Robert, that his name was Robert Turner, Bob Turner, that committed suicide um, years ago. He was badly depressed, and he was a stoner. I remember that well. And I told him that he could come and hang out anytime. The only thing I ask is,
I'm here.
okay, Robert, if you're here, great, hello. But all I ask is don't bring any negative energy here because I don't want it to be drawn to here. And due to the fact that you're a suicide, I'm willing to let you here, but don't bring negative energy. Because I don't want that here. I'm sorry for whatever drove you to take your own life. I know you had a lot of problems, and you would come over a lot of times to talk to my mom, and probably felt like you didn't have a friend in the world, and that's unfortunate. But I'm still your friend. I mean, I'm not thrilled that a friend of mine killed themselves. Of course not. That's a terrible way to go because of what it does to your spirit. Copying. Copying? You mean coping? Because I don't know what you mean by copying. Well, this dude hasn't called him back yet. Now, if my friend Robert calls, then I will have to answer. So I hope it doesn't disrupt this. But if it does, then I can always reactivate it. But, trying to keep something halfway interesting on the live stream. And it's holding at 65 still. The needle is not moving. Interesting. I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you mean by copying. Anything else? Any spirit?
Shirley.
Shirley. Did we know a Shirley? I don't remember a Shirley, but hello, Shirley. Okay, if you're not going to say much else, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off for now. Interesting. But there you have it, you know. Sometimes spirits will talk, sometimes they don't feel like talking. Really have no control over that. I'm not trying to force a spirit to talk if it don't want to. Anyway, might as well do my affirmation for today. If somebody else was on, I would gladly do a card for them, but no one else is on. Vicky had to go because she had to run some errands. Don't know if Brooke's going to pop on or not. What is my affirmation for today? Forgiveness. Been there, done that. Already forgave him. Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. So that's not bad, you know, and I am currently doing just that, you know, forgiving my brother for his actions on Christmas Day. But the cards don't want to be put back away. But I don't know when I'll feel forgiving enough to talk to him again, because my thought's going to be, you know, how long before he hurts me again? And what stupid reason is it going to be next time? Or no reason at all, just I'm tired of him hurting me. Because he wants to be a jerk. What does the Green Oracle have for me today? Coexist. It's one I haven't gotten yet. Card 31. Human nature, relationship. A man, a wolf, a goat, and a cabbage are resting together near a river. There is a very old story about the wolf, the sheep, and the cabbage. The story says that it is impossible to have everything, and that one must choose whether to sacrifice the sheep or the cabbage. Choice is about responsibility. Sacrifice is about maturity. Acceptance of loss is about reality. But actually, the puzzle suggested by the story could be solved. It is indeed possible to save both the sheep and the cabbage. Coexistence is difficult, but not impossible. Sacrifice can take the form of effort, attention, patience, and perseverance. It's not always loss. Solutions can be found outside the obvious choice and the majority opinion. But more than everything, if you look at the picture, you may realize that even for a wolf, a sheep, and a cabbage, life is not just a fight. Nature is not just about eating. they can just stay there, resting near a calm river, peacefully. Divination. A solution may be found if you look hard enough between the cabbage, the sheep, and the wolf. There is no need to have a preference. Between a hard choice, there is always time to sit a moment. Do not surrender to reason just because reason says so. I like that. So, coexist, don't judge, lest ye be judged. Okay. Today is 29th. Spell of the day. Good day, tarot spell. Yes, please. Place a white candle on your altar and put the Fool card from your favorite tarot deck in front and slightly to the left of the candle. Put the World card in front and slightly to the right and light the candle. Shuffle the tarot deck, thinking of wonderful things that you would like to happen today. Pull a card from the deck and place it between the Fool and the World cards. Meditate for a few moments on all the positive possibilities. Extinguish the candle, leave the cards on the altar, and make sure you smile at your reflection before leaving the house. Interesting. I might do that today. Not right now because I'm doing my live. And the goddess of the day is Janell. Banishing, health, protection, harvest, thankfulness, kinship. Symbols, root crops, about Janell. In Malay, this goddess supports the heavens with a pillar from the center of her creation, the earth. Janell is the supreme goddess of agriculture and its abundance. She comes to us at the end of the old year to keep us healthy and well provided for in the new. To do today, each December, people in Malay give thanks to the spirits for Janell's abundance and the success of families, and they pray for ongoing health, protection, and victory over any evils they may face. It is an example worth considering. Follow Malaysian custom and consume Janell's bounty today through luscious feasts. As you take the first slice or serving of any entree, set it aside for the goddess. Don't forget to include root crops, especially yams or sweet potatoes, in your feast today. These are some of Janell's sacred foods, and they will fill your heart with an abundance of love. Later, after dinner has settled, dance in a joyful manner, being thankful for what you have instead of worrying about what you don't. Janell will join you in that dance, and the energy it generates will empower the next year with health, prosperity, and unity. Sign me up. And since I've only read the first chapter of Your Magical Cat, I'll go ahead and read some of chapter 2. Probably only a few pages. Let me see here. 1, 2, 4. I don't know. There's a lot to read in here. See, there's that many pages in this section. No, I don't think I'll read from it today because I thought I had already read parts of it. Um, but meanwhile, let's see. Do I want to get myself something else to eat? I'm trying to think if there was something else I wanted to. Read on here or do. Well, I've been on here a little over an hour. Brooke hasn't come on yet, so she might be too busy, doing other stuff. So I might go ahead and end this live stream, and I can always do another one later. And like I said, even if she doesn't see this one right away, she'll see it whenever she sees it. So originally I did this one for you today, Brooke, but you weren't available. That's okay. I understand. Love you. Love the boys. Blessed be. Stay wild, Moonchild. Thanks for any of you that do watch it. And see you next live.